The New England Patriots face a pivotal offseason in addressing their linebacker core, a unit plagued by uncertainty and mounting concerns. The injury to Juwan Bentley has exposed not only a lack of depth, but also fundamental issues in stopping the run, as opposing offenses capitalized on the absence of a physical enforcer in the middle of the defense. Christian Ellis, one of the key rotational pieces, is set to hit free agency, further thinning position group. Marte Mapu, a 2023 draft pick, with immense versatility, remains an unknown commodity as a reliable linebacker at the NFL level. Taki is a question. Tavai is trying to hold down the fort along with Jennings, but both of which are somehow still underappreciated by the fan base. But meanwhile, the Patriots have leaned heavily on safeties Kyle Duggar to compensate for deficiencies at the linebacker level, plus there's Peppers, who has some legal troubles at the moment. That puts questions at the safety level for run support. I think they should put Duggar at the linebacker level as a will backer at some point, but I would also like to see what Curtis Jacobs evolves into. But still, lots of questions about the defense going into 2025, so much so that I'm nearly 100% on Abdul Carter in the first round. And it looks like a lot of the local sports media are starting to jump on the Abdul Express due to his ability as an edge rusher, but keep in mind he played 2 seasons at middle linebacker in Penn State and would arguably be first-round draft pick just for that. But I do have a growing concern that the Patriots are either going to feel the pressure to get Travis Hunter, or they make some other logical decisions like taking Ted McMillan or Will Campbell or several other players in the first round. This would probably put the edge rusher need to day 2, but only a few of those guys offer help as an off-ball linebacker, just in case the Patriots can't afford to get Abdul Carter or Jalen Walker, Jihad Campbell, Mike Green's another guy, David Bailey later on the draft. There's also Gabe Akis. David Walker's is somebody to consider. Q Robinson from Alabama. They have some off-ball talent. That guy Jamari Robinson from UTSA actually kind of looks promising, but he's up there in age. But point being, once you get out of day 2, you are probably going to have to start focusing on either a pure edge rusher or a linebacker. There won't be too many dual or triple threat front 7 defenders left on the board. When looking for a linebacker, I think it's time to find another cerebral linebacker who loves football, is a leader, and has an unstoppable motor. Today I present to you Cody Lindenberg, a 6'3", 240-pound linebacker from Minnesota who fits the modern linebacker prototype, blending size, speed, and intelligence into a versatile skill set. Cody moves exceptionally well for his size, clocking a 4.00 second 20-yard shuttle, making him the fastest linebacker at that drill since 2019. This is an ultra-rare lateral quickness and is complemented by a 36-inch vert, a 10-foot broad. He's also put up 350 pounds on the bench. This guy has a rare combination of explosiveness and strength. These traits, combined with his high football IQ, make Lindenberg an ideal fit for the Patriots defense that should be on the lookout for somebody who has versatility and adaptability at that level of the defense. Now, at the beginning of the season, I had Cody as around the top 200 player on my big board, but I highlighted his name after watching the UNC game when he took on Amarian Hampton. Man, that was a battle. 2 big brawlers clashing up the middle. Awesome game for both. So I recently went back to watch some extra tape on Cody, and his ability to be everywhere on the field is crazy. Lindenberg's athletic numbers tell the story of a player with the tools to excel in today's NFL. Again, his pro shuttle time is going to highlight his ability to change direction fluidly, a critical skill in covering tight ends and running backs, and even slot receivers in man-to-man situations. His 36-inch vert and 10-foot broad is going to show his explosiveness. He has no problem getting up the middle. His 350-pound bench is going to demonstrate his upper body strength needed to shed blocks at the point of attack. And on tape, these numbers translate to a player who can close gaps quickly in the run game, knife through traffic to make tackles, and mirror athletic pass catchers in space. He can do it all. In addition, his physical traits, Lindenberg's instincts and football IQ stand out. He's able to diagnose plays quickly and consistently positions himself to make impactful stops. His ability to recognize pre-snap keys and react decisively would make him an asset in almost any defense that relies heavily on cerebral players who can adjust on the fly. And his production backs that up. He had 94 tackles, 1 sack, and an interception this year. But his impact went way beyond the stat sheet. He was the glue that held Minnesota's defense together, frequently tasked with directing traffic and ensuring proper alignment. If you watch the tape, he's the sergeant moving guys around out there. Now, I'm not going to say he's an absolute perfect linebacker, but I feel like he's going to fill in a lot of the glaring needs at the linebacker level that the Patriots have right now, and perhaps become a 3-down linebacker for the Patriots in the coming years. Watching this year, too often, New England's defense was gashed by outside runs and misdirection plays that exploited lack of speed at the second level. And just straight up the middle is pretty brutal to watch. Something the Patriots are definitely not known for. I think Lindenberg's sideline-to-sideline range and ability to diagnose plays in real time would immediately address these deficiencies. His athleticism allows him to take up sharp angles to the football, preventing chunk plays, which again has been a major problem this year. And his impact is beyond the run. Lindenberg's coverage ability would be a welcome addition to the linebacker group that has struggled in this area. Tavai has done a great job with that, but he can't do it all. He did a pretty good job picking up Penn State's Tyler Warren, who was arguably a top 15 pick this year. This is big because the Patriots have often relied upon safeties like Duggar and Peppers to match up with tight ends and running backs, but this approach has its limitations. Lindenberg's ability to cover man and zone schemes would provide much needed flexibility, allowing New England to deploy its safeties more strategically rather than out of necessity. Lindenberg's readiness to contribute immediately, coupled with his potential to develop into a 3-down player, makes him an attractive option for the Patriots in the upcoming draft. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a 3-down option right out of the gate. He would probably slot in as a rotational linebacker early in his career, with a focus on nickel and dime packages where his coverage skills would be most valuable. But there is potential for him to develop into a full-time starter at the NFL level, capable of playing all 3 downs and anchoring the middle of the defense. Another thing to point out, Lindenberg's leadership and durability, which should also be assets for the Patriots. This guy's known to be a film room junkie at Minnesota. He brings the kind of preparation and attention to detail that the defense really needs that looks to be an issue this year. And again, his availability throughout his college career is another positive. He's got a pretty clean injury history. Now, he's not perfect, like I said. While his athleticism and instincts are impressive, there are areas of his game that could definitely use refinement. Pass rushing production is minimal. Now, watching the games, it's not like Minnesota put him in that position because when they're pass rushing, he's going into coverage. But I think he could actually develop into that. It would be nice to see if he has some of that, if he gets into a bowl game this year. It'd be nice to see if he can be used in a blitzing situation or simply be put out at the edge. He's got pretty long arms. He's got strong hands. Maybe he can add some simple counters to his repertoire, which would enhance his effectiveness as a pass rusher. I think his biggest concern is to disengage with offensive linemen. He needs to work on his block shedding technique. Just seems like he gets stuck there. Larger blockers are able to get to the second level with him, and he almost has an analysis paralysis, which just takes him out of the play. Still, I think Cody Lindenberg would be a solid solution for the Patriots to at least attempt to address multiple concerns at the linebacker level. Again, the size, the speed, football IQ, durability, upside potential, all point to him being a natural fit for New England. Plus, there's the addition of him probably playing on special teams. I think the Patriots could target him in the 4th or 5th round, but I also need to know he could be a day 2 pick to the right team. I think a lot will be determined by his testing. If we see his 40-yard at like that high 4.5s, low 4.6s with a 10-yard split around like a 1.6, again, if his bench is in like the mid 20s, and if his 3 cones in like the 7.0 to 7.1 range, and if his 20-yard shuttle really is around 4.0, this would be a record-setting time for a linebacker. So if that occurs, we could see him taken earlier than the Patriots can afford. But he is definitely a name to watch as we get deeper into the pre-draft process. Now, I'll say this. He's an unknown to most of the media right now. I'm sure if you probably threw his name out there, they'd probably be like, huh, who? But I'm sure that will change. Give it a couple months, and you'll probably hear, hey, have you heard about this kid, Cody Lindenberg, out of Minnesota? It's coming. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of Cody. Do you think the Patriots should target him? If so, when? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.